What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Shisha Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Stoic and masculine men are toxic. No more wasting time. Let's get it.
I'm one photographer, but my contribution for the culture came from me getting tired of the work that I was doing. And I didn't want to be comfortable anymore. I wanted to change the industry. One thing that always stuck with me working in the fashion industry is we're always selling a fantasy. I got to a point in my own journey as a person, I had to start asking those questions. Well, whose fantasy are we selling? Once I started doing those exploratory questions, I started to think, like, why aren't we seeing a more diverse group of men in media, especially in fashion? I decided to open a conversation and create the Everyman Project. The Everyman Project is a body positivity initiative that encourages body diversity in the fashion industry and actually all industries in the entertainment sector, as well as dispelling toxic masculinity and really redefining what it means to be a man. Being a man means being strong. Being strong in that sense means being stoic, means being emotionless, and that's not real. We are all complex beings, no matter where you are on the gender spectrum, and to be forced into that way of living, like it's destructive. And that's what we want to show with the Everyman Project, that men can be vulnerable, that men can have feelings, that men can cry. It's okay to be weak, and to be able to show that, I think there's a real beauty in that, and there's something that's real about that, and that's something that people need to see. Growing up as a child, in terms of seeing myself in media, in visuals and ads, like I never did. And even being queer, like I felt like I had to fit a certain body type to be desirable or to be seen as attractive. And that's something that stuck with me all the way into like my late 20s, and just not feeling like desirable, honestly, because we have these images that are projected upon us, things that we're supposed to conform to. Like, I really felt truly like an outcast. And I know I'm not the only one, you know what I'm saying? And I wanted to be a voice for that. If no one else is doing it, I will use my voice and my skills as a fashion photographer and put out campaign-worthy that is going to change thought. People seeing me, I hope it just encourages people to be as authentic as possible. That's the best thing that I can say, is just whatever authenticity means to them, be it. I had to learn who I was to be authentic. I had to literally strip myself of everything, even strip myself of my ego, to then like do the spiritual work to figure out who the I am. And once I did that, why would I want to be anyone else? Who am I? I'm a bad bitch.
All right, guys, so there you go. You've seen it for yourself. We have a fashion photographer here who's flipping the script on masculinity. First of all, I have to admit this. I'm shocked, right? I'm actually legitimately shocked. Why? Because I've said multiple times in videos in the past, when I address the topic of body positivity and how it's a fake movement that only women can benefit from because they have the luxury of living in a fantasy world, while men have the burden of performance. And most times you can't slack as a man, right? When I look back at my life, tracing back to middle school, high school, the truth is, man, I was never that guy that women found attractive. In fact, I remember vividly women approaching me and telling me things like, hey, I just want you to know that your friend is cute. Could you tell him that, right? And going through this a bunch of times while I was young and really didn't understand why women didn't find me attractive, it lowered my self-esteem. In this lesson, I'm gonna show you how to successfully shoot your shot and message women online. I'm gonna show you how to create a connection between you and the woman that you match with, and then how to raise her attraction, and finally, set a date This will blow your mind. If you are a man who doesn't keep in shape, doesn't take care of yourself, I've said plenty of times, no woman is going to take you seriously. There is no body positivity movement. But when I look at this, this is the closest to that I've seen. And that's what it looks like in this video, right? Now, let's address some very obvious things about what was said in this video. Number one, the fashion photographer said, you know what? I want people to know that men cry. Okay, men cry. I want people to know that men can be vulnerable. Okay, sure, men can be vulnerable. And I also want people to know that it's okay to be weak. Now, hold on. That's where you lose a large group of men, because when you say something like it's okay to be weak, we know weak is a negative attribute. No, it's not okay to be weak. That's not good coffee.
This coffee smells like shit.
I mean, since when did being strong and being stoic become toxic? This is the complete upside down. Shout out to Stranger Things. And so the photographer being interviewed in this video asked, why aren't we seeing a more diverse group of men? And after watching this video, another question came to mind, man. That statement that was made was also followed by, I want to see people be their authentic selves. Okay, cool. But are we really promoting diversity, or are we trying to get rid of masculine men? Listen, everybody should be allowed to be who and whatever they want, right? I have no problem with that. But labeling this messaging that we just saw in this video as being inclusive bothers me, because that's obviously not what it is. Why purposefully label attributes like strong and stoic men as toxic? Where do all the strong and stoic men go after you label them as toxic? Are they included in this authentic selves? What if being strong and being stoic is that man's natural state of being, or he's worked up to that and he's okay with that and he wants to be strong and he wants to be stoic? Well, what you end up finding out is those men aren't included in this idea of inclusivity, right? And guys, that phrase, it's okay to be weak and it's bad to be strong, is just a crazy statement. Obviously, this photographer does not drink coffee, as always. Let's check out a few of these comments and see what the people had to say about what was said in this video. So the first comment comes from a man here and it reads, I love how he called it Every Man Project and tried to get body diversity, but didn't include muscular men. That's true, right? When you see the photo of the men who are there, that's true. If you look at the images of the men in this video, you don't see any muscular men. And obviously that was done on purpose. The commenter goes on to say, short men, underweight men, disfigured men, etc. He cherry-picked people who resembled him and said, this is good and healthy, like a true weakling trying to justify his weakness. Obviously, this commenter does not agree that being weak is okay. Next comment here reads, I'm a skinny kid who just started getting into fitness and working out. I'm so glad people like this exist to remind me what I'm working away from. Oh, man.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
Next comment reads, what a disgrace it is for a man to grow old without ever seeing the beauty and strength of which his body is capable. And that there is a quote from Socrates. Next comment reads, this dude motivated so many people to go back to the good old-fashioned masculinity. What a legend. He truly changed the world. It's funny. Next comment says, being a man means being strong, stoic, and emotionless. Strong? Yes. Stoic? Yes. Emotionless? No. Being a man means being indifferent and not letting your emotions get the best of you. That's facts. Very well said. Toxic masculinity does not exist. Another fact, very well stated. It is okay to fall down, but it is unacceptable to not get up. This guy is showing us men how not to be. I mean, I want you guys to notice the likes on these comments. It's like thousands of likes. This is what happens when you try to feed men delusion, right? They don't buy it because reality paints a different picture. You know for a fact that the only way forward as a man is to work and fail and get back up. The statement being weak is okay. To get your butt kicked and to lay down and cower and to say that's okay, you're okay too, right? Don't learn from your mistakes. It's okay to be in that situation, and to be okay with that and encourage that is just wild. Another comment here reads, it's okay to be weak. Just don't stay weak. Always change your body to reach your full potential to be the best version of yourself as possible. Yes, being weak is something that we all were at one point in our lives, right? No one's debating that. Now, saying it's okay to be weak and stay weak, that's a problem. And finally, the last comment here reads, incredible. I haven't seen a single supportive comment of this guy's message. Good job. Yeah, I scanned through like all the comments on that video, totally backfired. Men have to live in such reality that it's nearly impossible to convince most men that being weak is okay, that being strong is bad. It's crazy. And as always, I'm curious to know what you guys thought of this whole video and topic. Leave your comments down below. Listen, I appreciate you for checking out yet another episode of The Coffee Pod. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.